Today we are going to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle or rectangular figure, find unknown side lengths when given the area or perimeter, and solve word problems involving area and perimeter. So let's start with this rectangle. And we know perimeter is the distance around. So it's the outside, like if you were going to do a fence for your yard to keep your dog in, or a garden area. So to find the perimeter, we're going to draw the tick marks between the two dots to find each unit. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So the perimeter equals 22 units. Okay, so that is how you find perimeter. It is the distance, 1 unit is between each dot. Now, what if I want to find the area of this? Area is the space within. For example, if you were going to tile your kitchen floor or get carpet for your bedroom, you would want to know the area. So most of you are probably saying in your head, area equals length times width. We talked about it all year long. So if I know the side of this rectangle is 2 units, and then if I count the length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I know this is a 2 by 9 rectangle. And I can find the area pretty simple because I know 2 times 9 equals 18. And that would be square units because these are squares here, right? Or I could count them. Let's just count them to check, see if we're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The area of this rectangle is 18 square units. Now, sometimes we don't have the dots or the lines, and we just have a rectangle like this. So this is telling me the area of the inside of this rectangle is 72 square centimeters. This side is 8 centimeters, so the length. What is the width? Well, if I know area equals length times width, and the area is 72, and the length is 8, 8 times what, or the width, equals 72. You can look at it like that. Maybe you know your multiplication facts really well. Or, because multiplication and division are related, you can find it by saying 72 divided by 8 equals what? Use that inverse operation. So if I were to count by 8s, I could figure this out. Or you could use what you know. If you already know 8 times 10 equals 80, 10 eighths is 80. That's really close to 72. What if I took 1/8 away from 80 to see what 9/8 would be, or 8 times 9? Let's see. 10 minus, oh, I'd have to make that a 7. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus nothing is 7. That would be 72. So since I know 10 groups of 8 are 80, 9 groups of 8 must be 72. So I'm using that inverse operation. 9 times 8 equals 72. How many 8s are in 72? I could count by 8s, but that's kind of difficult. I'd rather use what I know. So now I know that the unknown side length, the width, is 9 for this one. So this time they give me the perimeter. The perimeter is 38. Remember, the perimeter is the distance around. So that means this side plus this side plus this side plus this side equals 38. Now the nice thing is I know that opposite sides are equal when looking at rectangles. So if this side is 12 centimeters, this side must be 12 centimeters. And if I add those two up and subtract it from the perimeter, I'll know what the two sides equal for the width. So let's do that. If this side is 12 and this side is 12, we know 12 plus 12, that's a doubles fact. 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 1 is 2, is 24. So I have 24 here. The total is 38. Let's take that 24 away from the 38 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have 14 centimeters left, but they have to be divided between these two sides, right? Because remember, perimeter equals the length plus the length plus the width plus the width. We already know we have the perimeter, which is 38. Let's do that. And we have the length, 12 plus 12. Now we're trying to find these two unknowns, and we know they're the same number. And we have 14. To do that, we need to divide that by 2. How many 2's are in 14? Let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's 7. So I know this is 7 and this is 7. Now let's check it. 12 plus 12 is 24. 7 plus 7 is 14. If I added 24 and 14, I'd get 38, which is the perimeter. So yep, we got it. So you might be given the perimeter. If you get the perimeter, your calculations will be different. If they give you the area, you just have to divide or use that inverse operation and try to figure out what times that length would equal that area. Okay, you also see problems that have figures like this, where you have to find perimeter and area. You're going to do the same thing, it's just not as neat as a basic rectangle. So make sure you use a pencil, draw those tick marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So perimeter is 12 units if you're not sure. I know these are centimeters, so I'm just going to put cm for centimeters. Now to find the area, I can draw because there are dots, and I can't do area equals length times width for the whole thing because it's not a perfect rectangle. I could look at each one and say, well, this is a 1 by 2, so the area of this is 2, and this is a 1 by 4, so the area is 4, and add them together, and 2 plus 4 equals 6 square centimeters. Or I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I get the right answer. Okay, so same thing for this one. Count the sides for perimeter. You're going to go all around the outside, the distance around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 centimeters for my perimeter, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw in the squares for area. And I think I'll just count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 square centimeters. Make sure you get that square because you're talking about area. It's not length. And then you'll have some word problems. It suggests that you draw a rectangle to represent the situation, just like we ask you to do when solving word problems. Make sure you model it. Draw a picture. Alexander and his grandfather are tiling their rectangular kitchen floor. Okay, so I'm going to do a rectangle because they told me it's a rectangular kitchen floor. They need to use 42 tiles. Okay, so that must be the area. 42 total. They are making rows go across, so of 7. So that's 7. How many rows do they're making rows of 7. How many rows do they make? A 7 by what? So 7 times what equals 42? Or you could do 42 divided by 7 equals what? You could count by 7s. Draw a picture if you need to. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. So it has to be 6 because 6 times 7 is 42. 6 rows. Okay, so there's 6 in each row. Tilly and her mom made a rectangular dog run. So I'm going to draw my rectangular dog run. They used 12 1-yard long pieces of fencing. Oh, that must be the perimeter. They put 2 pieces of fencing on one side, 2 here. How many pieces did they put on the next side? Well, this is like the problem we did on the last page. We know the perimeter is 12, but what is the side lengths here? Well, if this is 2, we know this has to be 2. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So if I subtract 4, 12 minus 4 would give me 8. And then I'd have to divide that by 2. So it would go on either side. And how many 2's are in 8? 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 4. So this would be 4, and this would be 4. Let's make sure. Remember, the perimeter equals length plus width plus width. And we said the perimeter is 12 because they use 12 1-yard long pieces of fencing. Let's see if this works. If the length is 4, it'd be 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. 4 plus 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It works. So the question again, how many pieces did they put on the next side? They put 4. 4 pieces. Okay, don't forget area equals length times width, and use those inverse operations to help you. Enjoy!